All right, today you're taking a class called, do you know what it's called? Pillow styling, which is like something I made up, and I hope it catches on, so tell everyone that that's a thing. And it comes from my love of pillows. I'm an interior designer. Are you ready? Camera, are we fine? Are you ready? I didn't even check with you guys. I'm so inconsiderate. Do I look beautiful? I like that camera higher so I look skinnier. Is that fine? I think I look good, probably not. Okay, great. So anyways, I'm an interior designer here in Arizona. And the number one question I get asked is like, how can I add style to my home without spending millions of dollars? I don't want to get a new couch, I can't afford a new carpet, and I don't even want to paint my walls. And it's really, the answer is pillows. Pillows say so much about who you want to pretend to be or who you really are. You can do it either way. Because they have so much style in them. And yet, I believe in mixing patterns, and that can be hard. Because if you mix patterns wrong, you look like you don't know what you're doing. A house without pillows, to me, looks like a college dorm. Like, college dorms do not have pillows, and we don't want that to be our style. We don't want that. We want to have pillows. Pillows are great because, and then other question I get asked is, well, where does anybody sit? I'm like, just move the pillows off the couch and put them back on. It's not a big deal, right? And then you just, he says that? How old is he? Oh, he needs to get it together because pillows are amazing! And when you're like, Meg, they're great. Listen to me, they're great. But you just take them off and you put them back on. And then you can use your pillows. My kids take my pillows and lay on the floor with them, so pillows are great. They can be used for all kinds of things, but they're the best way to add style without breaking the bank. And I'm gonna give you some tips of where to shop for pillows and my rules on what kind of inserts to use and where I get mine. Because sometimes you go to the store to buy pillows and you get inexpensive pillows, but then they're like, I don't even think I have a not down-filled pillow because I hate them. So if you get a pillow that has like a foam insert, it will not last, it will look sloppy, and then you can't karate chop it, and then it's like, what is the point? So anyways, pillows add a lot of style and warmth to your house too. It gives you that cozy feeling. So I feel, are you talking to me with your hand? You're talking to him. He's talking to you? Look at you. What are you holding back there? The camera. He loves me. Okay, he's my best friend. He filmed me last year, and he was like, he took one look at me and was like, she's gonna fail. And then I started teaching, and he was like, oh, she's funny. And then he liked me, so he's so happy to be here. What's your name? What's his name? Clark. And what was yours name? Wes. Clark and Wes, you guys. That sounds like you have your own pop show. Clark and Wes, or you're like old time cowboys. I'm into it. I'm super. You guys, this pillow is getting hooked. Did you see that? Hit me, baby, one more time. See? It happens. I can't stop it. Okay, so here's where we're gonna look. So we have everybody pictures for me right there. I'm gonna step over here. I'm gonna try not to squeak really loud. Let's take a look over here at the screen. The first thing when you're starting to buy pillows, let's say you have none, or let's say your couch comes with pillows. Have you ever done that? You buy your sectional or your couch and it comes with like 4 pillows, but you hate them because they're so ugly. Here's what you do. If they're down-filled, which usually they are, you just recover them. Shop for fabric, find someone who will make it. How many of you can sew? Like a square, right? We can sew a square. I'm not sewing like an outfit, we can sew a square. So make your own pillow covers is one of my favorite things to do and a good way to save money. But recover the pillows that come on your couch. So we're gonna think about scale first. Scale in terms of the size of your couch also, compared to the size of your pillow. But I love, some people think these are only for your bedroom, this size. This is like a 26 by 26. It's not, it's for your couch. Because I have a pet peeve when there's like a lineup of the same size pillows. I'm sorry if you have that. I'm not gonna be offensive on purpose, but if you have that, you don't have to tell me, just change it. Because you have to start with the big pillow. So you start with the larger pillow. If you have, I wanted to like bring a couch, but that's so impractical. So we're gonna pretend like this is our couch, okay? This is our one long part of our couch. In the corner near the arm of your sofa, you're gonna wanna start with your largest pillow. If this seems like duh to you, I apologize. But it's not duh to lots of people, because I've been in lots of people's houses and it's like, they don't get it, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna start with your next size, which can be a 20 by 20. It can be a 22 by 22. Just scale down. If you feel fine about 2, if your couch is not that big, 2 is great. You can start with 2 on this side, and then we're gonna go over here to the other side of our couch. she's gonna throw pillows. It's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna take a nap after this. During your class, I'm gonna take a nap. Somebody was sleeping in my class yesterday. She was actually asleep. She was great and I loved her, but she was really tired. And so she was totally asleep and she was in the front row. I'm like, can you go to the back? You're like making me feel nervous when you're asleep. She was asleep. It was so sad for me. But it was a great class. Okay, so then you have one matching. I like mixing fabrics, but I think your biggest, largest pillows should coordinate. So I have this buffalo check here, this buffalo check there. And then I'm going to tell you why these work. I'm just going to show you the row first. And then I've got this guy. So on either side I now have pattern that's different. It's not totally symmetrical, and it looks really cute, right? So here in the middle of my couch, if I'm an overachiever, which I am, I'm going to have this third or fourth pillow, a lumbar, kind of leaning against the back middle. And that just fills up your whole couch and makes it look so cozy. If you have a sectional and it comes back out, it's a sectional dress from Utah. A sectional, you have a sectional. It's going to come out this direction, and you can do 3 pillows in the middle. So you can put this one here to keep it busy in the middle, and then match that on this next corner. How many of you have sectionals? Does that make sense to you what I'm saying? Because you need at least two in this side, and then I think you need 3 in the middle always. So if you just have a regular couch, 2 and 2 is fine, with 1 in the middle. Does that make sense? Okay, now why do these patterns work together? We're going to talk about that. When you flip to look how cute I look. I got ready that day. And then I made my friend Brittany come take pictures of it. Yeah, it was great. Okay, go back to the other one. Do you know where it is?
Yeah, it's the very last row.
Yeah, it is. It's the last 2. Then go to the next one.
Okay, yes.
Then the next one.
Okay.
I'll be your assistant, I promise, next time. Okay, so what it's talking about here, I'm going to step. They say if I get not within 4 feet of that, we're going to be fine. Okay, so scale is key. So we just talked about that. The scale of your pillows is key. If I have, I'm going to come down here. If I have, can you still hear me with this microphone kind of moves off my face? It's fine. Okay, if I have this, I mean, granted these pillows are so cute, they're kind of going to look good regardless. But if I have this, or this and this, like, it just doesn't have as much visual interest. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that just looks boring. It's not as much fun. It's too much of the same height. Your couch is already going to have the same height on the back. So go for the stacking. So that's what scale is. Next point on this thing, because I don't have a brain, I have to only read the thing. No, sorry, the back. I'm sorry. Stick to the same color family. That's a great key. We talked about this yesterday in my tablescape class too. That anything you want to mismatch but still look good together needs to be in the same color family. So I brought this color wheel for you today. I was trying to hold up my pillows, but it wasn't working. This thing right here. So you can get these if you ask them at Home Depot. They'll give you like all their paint colors. It comes in handy for choosing paint at your house. But also what happens on one of these is that all of these top rows of colors go together. Does that kind of make sense? They're all in the same family of tones. So if you have a hard time seeing color in the way that it matches and goes together, go online, go to Home Depot, ask for this, and watch how colors work together. Because if I try to put this color, you see that? Oh, I should show you. Do you want me to do it? You're fine? Yeah, you seem to know the job. You getting paid for this? This is out of control. I am telling on you. I am absolutely telling on you. Okay, look at me. Here we go. So this, I'm getting you his salary, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you're getting it. So this color right here does not look good with this color up here. It just doesn't. They're not in the same color family. They're going to clash. They're not going to look good together. So you have to think of like colors, even if I'm going to mix gray, taupe, purple, blue, green, yellow. Just make sure they're in the same family. Does that make sense to you? In your brain? That's something that you learn in design school about the color wheel and how it works and all that kind of stuff. So you pick a color scheme. If you want bold pops of color and you want, like the word isn't coming. Just the dark, rich colors.
Saturated.
Make it all dark. What is it?
Saturated.
Saturated. That's why I brought her. She's
really did
class,
bring
but she really is here to help me be my brain. So saturated colors. Then you stick with saturated colors. Neutrals, stick with neutrals. I love neutrals. So anyways, okay, so that's our next thing. And then scroll to the next picture for me so I can see what I'm supposed to remember. I can't remember anything else. Okay, here we go, pattern mixing. So if you can see over here, can you guys see kind of okay?
Yeah,
Oh, it's on there? Wow, I look really professional. This is great. I am professional. Okay, movement, geometric, and small scale. This is a great baseline if you're nervous to start putting pillows together. I love to have a large scale. The movement is like a floral. So if you wanted a floral or a watercolor, or in this case, this leopard print is a movement. Does that make sense? This is also a movement, but it kind of is geometric, so you can break rules. Rules are meant to be broken, but if you're nervous and you don't feel confident, stick with the rules I'm going to teach you, okay? Does that make sense? So movement, geometric, and small scale. That is one of the biggest things, and this is how you get dressed too. Like, you can't wear polka dots, tiny polka dots, and tiny little plaid. It doesn't go together. So you have to think the same way when you're doing your pillows. So I have a large scale buffalo print. Then I have a smaller scale circle, which is also geometric. And then I have a pillow with movement, which is this floral. So they go together. And then we're noticing the color family of this sort of gold color goes with this sort of like peachy color. Does that make sense? You see that? And then it's neutral. With neutrals, you really can't go wrong. And some people say doing neutrals is like cheating because they're easy to lay together and it's more about texture and stuff. But that's another thing to consider that's not on that paper. Instead of geometric, you can have texture, you can have like a velvet, you can have a fringe, you can have, I'll get you my faux fur, you can have a faux fur, because I love it. Faux fur goes with everything. You can have these in the big size. These are like really for my house. It's like, oh, here's my hair. Oh, here's a goldfish. Like, it's gonna be really bad. I pulled them off my couch last night after a babysitter had been there all day, so I didn't even know what's going on. Okay. And then when you're doing a bed, let's talk about beds. Do you want to talk about beds? Okay. Who has a hard time putting pillows on their bed? Do you? It's so hard because it's like, well, then your husband's like, what movie is that where he stabs all the pillows? You know what I'm talking about? Along came Polly. He's married to that woman and he like can't take it anymore and he's like putting the pillows in the box and then he would start stabbing them. That's gonna happen to my husband someday. I'm gonna come home and all my pillows are gonna be stabbed. I wish he was here. He was here yesterday. I was making so much fun of him, and it was so fun. It was so fun for me. So, in my bedroom, at this moment, will you show my bedroom?
Oh,
Savvy? Oh, he's going to get it back for you. I just look so good, though. I don't know what to do.
That was amazing. She dropped it.
Oh, yeah, and you can go back to me by my bedroom. It's fine.
You have another bedroom.
Oh, yeah, I do. Do the other one with the blue pillows. That's, yeah, there you go. Look how cute. It's my bedroom. That bed is from the Queen Joanna Gaines Magnolia Home Collection. So cute. Okay, so here's what happened here. I wanted a pop of color in my bedroom, so I've had these buffalo chip for a long time, so they're my large scale. They're in the back, which probably are kind of blown out in this picture because, you know, gotta make that Instagram feed look pretty, so you can't really tell the details. So I have 3 of these in the back. So what size bed do you guys have? Do you have king, queens? Kings, right, mostly? Queen? Yes, it doesn't really matter. They're kind of, pillows fit them the same way. So what I like to do is start with my, I'm just feeling like this microphone. They always stress me out. They're like glamorous at first and you feel so excited. And then you just feel like someone is like irritating you. So this microphone. Okay, so you can start with, there's a lot of different ways. So I'm going to tell you my 2 favorites. I start with my bed made, fold all the way back up. You can either fold it down so you see the pattern of your sheets to mix with your pillows, or white sheets or whatever. I keep my coverlet pulled all the way up, and I start with my 3 euros. So my 3 euros are kind of standing independently. I couldn't fit all 3 euros in my car, okay? I was very tired carrying all these pillows. No one is actually paying me for this, so he's giving me his salary. That's what's happening. You don't get it. Because I can't afford to carry all 3 pillows. Just kidding. Okay, so then I have those, and then I take my king shams, which this is humiliating. This is not an appropriate king sham. This is like something that I had probably like in the bottom of my closet, and that's inappropriate, but it's fine. It holds it together. So then I come and I layer this in the window. This is like your singing dance class when you were 10. Stand in the window, Jade. No, your mom can't see you. You're like dancing between 2 people. So here, right in the window of these 2 pillows, is going to be your long king size sham. I love her. I love her. I paid her to come here. I paid her. I put it in my budget, and I paid her to come and laugh at all my jokes. Obviously, I didn't pay any of you. I just paid her. Just kidding. Okay, so I have that one in the middle. King sham. Over here, imagine there's a 3rd euro, like in the picture. Oh, see, I'm confusing him so bad. Am I fine? You can roll with it. He's fine. So there's the 3 in the back, and you can see them peeking through. What I love about this is the arches on the bed mix so cool with the harsh lines of the pillows. It's just like, gives me all the feels. Anyway, so I have 3, and then I have these 2 here. And then I kind of broke the rule of scale. I have a 26 by 26. I have a king size sham. Then I did 2 more 26 by 26s. Because I just wanted it to look really full and really big. You don't have to do that. We can do this smaller scale. I change my pillows all the time, you guys. Changing your pillows is like changing your hair. Like, it's just like, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta change it up sometimes. So then I can have these little guys right in front. So now I'm creating this really pretty situation. The last thing I can add, but I don't even know if I can move it or all gonna fall. No, they're not falling. Is a lumbar. Lumbar pillows are great because this is the only one that's not down filled. And the reason it's okay is because, feel it. It's like woven. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sturdy. So it down filled wouldn't matter because then it won't karate chop anyways. Does that make sense? I love you. So this could go right here in front of these 2 between the sets of pillows. Isn't that cute? And you can change it up for whatever you want. You're not a floral person. You can have something with movement. You can have palm fronds. You can have like paisley. You can have damask. All of those kinds of styles have movement. Does that make sense? Okay. I've got some of these brighter colors too. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give away some of these pillowcases. Oh, they were at you got orange stickers. Okay. How many of you like to decorate with more color than this? You like color. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about color. You like it? Okay, and in your master bedroom, you can totally have color. On your couch, it's so fun to have color. I'm going to show you some of these. Scroll through because I can't remember where they're at. Do you mind, Sab? I don't know which ones I had had.
What were you thinking? What one were you thinking?
Do you see any that were not mine? All mine are neutral. Mallory's, yes, please show me Mallory's. So look at, this is Mallory's house right here. I just took this picture last weekend when I came to see her. And I didn't tell her I was using it, so I'm probably going to have to pay for it too. So that's getting very expensive. Target pays her for both of their images. Okay, so she has this, right? It's the same as this, Tonic Living.
Yes.
Yeah. This Tonic Living cheetah. And then what did you have? Oh, you have that floral that I love so much.
That's Tonic Living too.
And it's also Tonic Living.
And so is the palm frond.
And so is the palm frond.
And then the velvet is World Market.
Is World Market.
But you have to switch up. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, and that's the other thing. If you go to, I'll tell you where we're going to buy pillows.
That was Savannah again, dropping.
But we'll just have to switch out the forms for them, so we'll get you pillows. So do you love this? Isn't it stunning? How many of you would have this in your house? 2 gold? You love it. You love it. You have it. And it's so beautiful. It's super dramatic and super cool. So a lot of people would think, what on earth do I pair with a cheetah print? I have this cheetah print. I'm going to show you this other one I have. Let's talk cheetah. How many of you like cheetah print in general though? Like an animal print sometimes, right? We love it. Okay. Don't pick the camera though. That's more expensive than yours if you have my salary combined. Okay, here we go. Let's talk cheetah print. Do you guys have any questions? You can ask me questions. Am I going too fast? Yes, baby. Oh, great question. That is actually how this is actually such a good question. All my clients are like, well, I sleep with 9 pillows. They sleep with like an obscene amount, like
Repeat the question.
Oh, repeat the question, thank you. She said, where do you put all the pillows you sleep with? Is that a good question? Yep. That is a good question. There are no such thing as dumb questions unless my 8-year-old's asking me, like when she's trying not to go to bed. I'm like, that's a dumb question, honey, you gotta go to bed. So the pillows you sleep with, I have clients that literally sleep with like the one you put here, the one you have here. So there's like 20,000 pillows. I tuck those behind my bedding, and they work as the support for this back row of heavy pillows. Does that make sense? So if you love your bedding, the only time that's hard, here's what I do. If I love my headboard and I don't want to block my headboard, I want to put this pillow flat onto my mattress. So I want to hide my sleeping pillows behind it because I still want to catch a view of my headboard. It's a part of my decor. I spent a lot of money on it probably, and so did you. And so if I don't care about my headboard, if it's kind of a neutral, tufted, textured background, you can set your back row of pillows up on your pillows that you sleep on. Does that make sense? And we do that, I do that a lot for my clients. If we just, either they don't have a headboard or it's not important to them, so we're trying to give a grand look to their bed without them having to go buy a whole new bed frame. And then we just set our pillows up on the pillow we sleep on. So it kind of just disappears either way. Cover it with your bedding, or sit your pillows up on top of it? That was a really good question. I appreciate that. Because I am really sick of the sound of my own voice after yesterday, but here I am for 2 more classes. It's really out of control. Okay, all right, here we go. So cheetah prints. So cheetah prints can be used in all kinds of different ways. And I'm just propping it up. There's this really bold graphic, and what do we have here? This kind of orange, deep, saturated color. Thanks, Mel. And it looks really beautiful. You're gonna wanna mix it with other like saturated colors, as we talked about. Look what happens if I mix, let's say, this dusty pink. Ooh. Like that is not. Do you see what I'm saying? This is like a muted, neutral, dusty pink, and this is like a big bold, and it just, none of them are doing anybody any favors. They just look stupid together. But when this is by itself, or paired with a light color, it's like, oh, that's pretty dusty pink. So just don't mess that up, okay? If you learned anything today, do not do that. Because it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. And we all want to pretend like we know what we're doing. So that's good with this. Would you think though that you could mix this, so you have this separately, it seems like it's its own statement and we're not going to try to compete with this? Yeah, you would, because that's what we used to think too. It's like, do not do all the things together. But it looks so good when you throw it in with this. I wish I had your floral pillow because it's so pretty. I only have this bold floral and it won't look good with your, but look what's happening here. See how this colors are not working with these? And do you know why? Because this is a saturated color, and even though this is a vibrant color, it's ashier, like it's more gray. This is like a pure green, this is like a dusty version of vibrant color, so it doesn't look good. But look how good it looks with that pillow. And the reason you can do those two together is because this cheetah is on a small scale. Small, meaning close together pattern. This, still a little bit tighter than maybe a different floral, but it has a lot more movement going on throughout. Does that make sense to you? You can see that? I'm going to try not to say, does that make sense? 50,000 more times. But I 100% cannot agree that I will not do that. Because when I'm on television, I repeat things lots and lots of times. So anyways, we have that. Then if you're feeling nervous, or if you're, do you get sick of pattern? You love pattern, you get sick of it? Do you guys know? No? You're fine? It's fine. Because sometimes I have a lot of pattern and then I'm like, my eyes need a break, so then I go back to neutrals. But you can pair, what's fun about this one is look how this one looks great with this group or with this group. So when you're going to, we're going to talk about where to buy pillows now. When you're going to buy pillows at the store, where do you guys like to shop for pillows? Home Goods. That's my girl. That's the number one answer. So all of you should not answer now because you're going to fail. Just kidding. Which is Target. But that's a good answer too. Here is Target. That's a perfect answer because it leads me to my next point. Okay, how many of you have shopped at Home Goods for pillows? Right? True story, I started a pillow company, like making pillows, because I couldn't find anything that I liked. And it was so expensive to like make and sell my pillows and have the down inserts. And then I would go to Home Goods and be like, dude, I should have just bought, I felt like I was ripping people off because Home Goods has and will have, like right now we're getting all these florals in. They've got all these textured, oh, go to that photo of, I think it's House 7's photo. She's got those like tribal, yes, the mud cloth stuff. They're getting something that looks like a mud cloth, but if you go to try to buy mud cloth, it's like $1 million a yard. It's so expensive. If you go to, I don't know how you want to say this, but I won't say their names, but some of those specialty stores that sell them, they're going to charge you $75 for a pillow. $75 for a pillow. You could like eat lunch and get a manicure and a pedicure for $75. I wish I would have just named to you all the things I would rather do for $75. Because that's an obscene amount of money to charge someone for pillows. And then they'll charge you $100, they'll charge you $125. You don't need to pay that much for a pillow. If you love a pillow though, and you would rather not eat lunch all week because you love that pillow so much, buy the pillow. Save your dollars. I would rather buy something else because I know Home Goods is going to have a knockoff of that same pillow. So go to the Home Goods. Target. Target is so into this like Nate Berkus collection and their Threshold line, and they're all that really woven looking amazing pillow, but they're all filled with foam inserts. So, where do you buy a down insert? I used to, oh yeah, baby. Did you have a question? No, I love you. It's fine, you looked great though. Okay, so I don't know if she's fixing her hair. It was like my mom, like the antenna went up. I'm like, you have a question? And so they have those foam inserts in it. So go to IKEA. IKEA. Do you already do that? Raise your hand if you go to IKEA. You're so smart. I'm going to say that because you follow me on Instagram and you've already heard me tell you this, right? Yeah, you're smart because I told you. IKEA is the best place to get down inserts. And I didn't used to think so because I didn't know when they're rolled like that. They're packaged rolled up. So you go back to the pillow section and there's 26 by 26 is what it says on the outside. Like, Zhujiaji is the name, like something terrible that you can't pronounce. But it does have numbers, and numbers I can read. If you missed it yesterday, my mind works like an IKEA how to put together catalog. There are absolutely no words in there. It's just that like phone guy, like that. He's just telling you not to do something or like to do it. And there's pictures, and I'm like, I understand you. I see you, little fluffy man, and I get what you're telling me to build. So IKEA is hard when you're just buying stuff. Great when you're putting furniture together. So go get those inserts. Here's the next tip for you. You might want to write this down for real. This one's a good one. Buy the inserts 2 inches larger than the cover, than the case. This is how you have this full pillow. I have one that is not fitting well. I'm going to show you. Oh, right here.
I'm like, that's why I was like,
Oh, this is an 8 Birkenstock style too. Look how cute this is. Okay, this one right here is mine. Look at that. It's not in there. Do you see what I'm saying? That would drive you insane. If I ever come to your house and I see that, I will just not even be able to think about what we're talking about. It'll drive me so insane. This is just a no-no, okay? If you've taken my class, you're smart enough to know that that's not good. So I have the wrong size insert inside of this size pillow. You can sometimes get away with even putting like a 22 by 22 inside of an 18-inch. It kind of depends, because people will say, this is an 18 by 18 pillow, and you're like, great. Then you put your insert in it, and you're like, no, it's not. It's like an 18 and a quarter, it's an 17 and 3/4. Like, they don't disclaim that, and you're gonna kind of have to play that game with your pillows. But IKEA inserts. So they have at IKEA 26 by 26, which is, these are what I call this, but it's actually a sewn 24 by 24. Does that make sense to you? And it's just stuffed in so it looks nice and full. And then they have, I think the next size is 20 by 20. I should have brought you their naked inserts. Cut those tags off. You know how it comes with like a tag as big as the pillow? Please cut that off, because I have said so many times where I have forgotten to, and I'm like, my pillow goes like as I use it, it's really bad. So cut that tag off. Hey, what time is it?
yeah, it's 9:56.
I just talk so fast, you guys. I just have to like check myself. Anyways, those tags are just gross. Cut them off. And then they have, I don't think they have smaller than that there. The other place, 20 by 20 and 26 by 26. I'm pretty sure that's all they have. Because then you come across the issue if you have smaller pillows. You can go to a place in Mesa called Mesa Sales. Have you guys ever been there? Been there? It has pillows that are more expensive. But if you're needing a lumbar, they have lumbars there. They have 16 by 20 at IKEA. And I think that's it. Did you have a question? What was the second place I just said? See what I did? I repeated the question. It's not because you're dumb, I have to repeat it. It was Mesa Sales, right? Makes people sound dumb when you repeat the question. I have to, in case someone, for the one person who's probably live streaming this, I have to repeat the question. Okay, yes, Mesa Sales. That is on Stately and Main Street in Mesa. I think it's between Gilbert and Stately. I might be speaking a different language to you if you're from this side of town, so I apologize. I'm going to link all the stuff for you on my website so that you don't have to remember it. I'll put it in words. Or maybe I'll try to reenact an IKEA catalog and I'll just do pictures and like, do not put these together. So those are where we're at. Do you have any other questions about where to put pillows? Where to get your pillows? It was a king. It was a king. Yes. Oh yes, I was.
Repeat your question.
And I didn't fill my bed. She was asking what size my bed was, and it's a king size bed in that picture. Will you pull that back up for me, Savvy? I had the 3 euros in the back, but I don't feel like you have to decorate your bed all the way to the very edge. Do you see how I'm kind of off? Like I'm set in a little bit. Or I leave more space between here. 3 euros, 2 king size, and then 1. Well, I went 2 more, and then you could possibly do 1 lumbar. or you could just do, it depends what you're in the mood for. Do you want to make your bed every day with 12 pillows? I do. But I was raised that way. Like my mom put 12 pillows on my bed since I was like 6 years old. And it was like, you figure that out. Even though she came back in like karate chop them and fix them every time. It just depends on your personal preference. You can stop. I would still come into your room as a designer and go, this girl knows what she's doing. If you had 3 euros. Euros really say, I know what I'm doing. Like it's not like it came packaged with your bedding. Do you know what I mean? Because your bedding will come with a matching king sham and maybe one pillow. And so if you just have that, I'm like, oh, sorry, you don't know what you're doing. That's what I think when I come in your house. So I really don't. I'm like, it's fine. I love you. Pay me to tell you what to do. That's how I make all my dollars. So I feel like 3 euros. Euros say that you're fancy. You can use the 2 king shams. Like I had a mix and match with her vintage blue pillowcases that I found like at an antique store. But you can have, with your king size bedding, will come 2 matching king size shams. And those look beautiful if they're here. Do you know what I mean? Because then you've got your bedding, but then have something in front of it so that your bedding isn't sitting on top of your bedding. It's too much of the same, they'll disappear. Yeah, baby.
Someone wants to know, where do you put all the pillows when you sleep?
Where do you put all the pillows when you sleep? This leads me to my next favorite home decor thing. This is so perfect. Baskets! Baskets on baskets on baskets on baskets. Okay? I didn't bring any baskets because I brought this one. Do not use this basket in your home decor. This is like big X, okay? Big X. Home Goods has those wicker baskets. They have huge baskets. They have small baskets. I have a big basket that I just kind of shove my pillows into. Also, sometimes I just set them at the foot of my bed. Also, I have a little settee in my room, and I kind of pile them up on there if there's not laundry there. So it kind of depends on like what space is clean and available. But usually baskets, and that's what I do in my family room too. You can have a basket instead of a nightstand or an end table, and then you stick all your pillows off your couch in them when guests come over, and then you pull them back out so that you can look at them. Next question.
Would you do 3 euros for a queen size bed?
I would still do 3 euros for a queen size bed. She said, would you do 3 euros for a queen size bed? I would. I would do 2 euros on a twin size bed. People think you just do one. Okay, this is what I would do on a twin size bed. I would either have 1 king size sham going across the whole length of the twin, or I would have 2 euros in the back. So for your kids' rooms, it kind of depends. I'm gonna get back my matching ones. I love twin size beds. They're so fun. I love day beds though. I like to turn my kids' bed into a day bed because then it's like more pillows can fit. It's just the one thing. My kids, they love me. They really love me. Okay, so for a twin size bed, and I gave this tip to one of my very best friends, and she was like, wow, this oh yeah, oh, you're so smart. This is actually a full size bed, but it's the same concept. The 2 euros in the back, and then I think I can't see, let me remember. Her room doesn't look like this anymore, you know, because I changed it, so I can't remember what it used to look like. I have the 2 full-size euros. Then I just have her queen-size shams that came with her Betty's beds. And then I have the 2 20 by 20s, and then the 1 lumbar. And it just layers really well. I mixed that's kind of like a Dalmatian print with that polka dot, and it barely works. Like even when I look at it, it kind of irritates me. But it barely works because the polka dots are at least on a larger scale. They're not as close together, or else it would really clash with the closer together dots of the Dalmatian print. That's for experts only, and I think I changed it because it was bothering me. But that sequence of pillows, the scale of those pillows, I love. Do you like that? Does that make queen beds? I'm not gonna say, does that make sense? I was gonna say something else. How dare you assume I was gonna say the same thing I've already said 40,000 times again. That is so rude. I did not do that. So twin size bed, I'd have this, and then I'd have 1 king or queen. I'd probably have a queen. If I'm gonna put 2 euros in the back, I'm gonna get them really close together on my twin size bed. Some of it might be hanging over a little bit, but it will look cuter this way, and it will take up more space, and then I'm probably gonna just have 1 queen size pillow that came with his bed, or her bed, and then maybe a fun, I like those like fox pillows, Target has those, like some kind of character pillow or something in front, because it's a kid's room. You can be whimsical in there, you can be so fun. Kids rooms are where I really loved to obviously like make crazy pattern mixing situations, because you can, because they're kids, and it doesn't matter. So that's what I would do for that. That was a great question. Yeah, baby?
So for a queen size bed, would you use king size shams for the
not the back ones for the, or would you use the queen ones?
She asked if on a queen size bed would I use king shams or the queen size shams in front of the €3. I would use, to save money, because I like to save money, whatever came with my bedding. If it's queen size, it would be a queen size sham. So I would just use it. But that leads me to another tip. I think that your bedding you buy, barring that one I got was oversized, but I always think you should put a king size duvet on a queen size bed. So if it comes with the king size shams, you can use the king size shams. But that just creates that knot, you know, when it just barely hangs over and it's like holding on for dear life. It's like trying to fit into your pregnancy pants like the minute you came home from the hospital and it's like, I buttoned them, but they're not really looking that good. That's what your bedding looks like when you do that. So you gotta get it so that it comes down farther, okay? It's gonna cost you a little bit more money, like to get the king size instead of the queen, but you're gonna really be so happy that you did that. It's worth it. On a full, I put a queen. And nowadays in IKEA, they call it a full queen. Like they don't really differentiate between the two. And I think they just mean that it fits larger on a queen or on a full than it would on a queen. That's what I do. That's a great question. Are there any more questions on that?
Do you prefer karate chopped or not karate chopped pillows?
Oh, do you prefer karate chopped or not karate chopped? I want you to raise your hand. Do you guys like karate chopped? Raise your hands. Do you like not karate chopped? You don't. I know people like this and you don't. So, and so many people, I had this one client, her to your bedroom, and she's like, I can't. And I'm like, why? Why don't you like it? I need you to explain to me. Do you like clean lines? You think it looks like a cat? Like cat ears? She thinks it looks like a cat. I like that. I don't like cats, so I'm on your team now. I'm never going to tell my pillows again. I've been doing my whole life. No, I'm just kidding. And what about you? Why don't you like it? Yeah, isn't it you who doesn't like it? You like clean lines. Squares. Okay, I can get into that because I appreciate that. I really do. You're going to want to go for like a firmer pillow because if you still can't do foam inserts. They just break down so terribly. So just don't, even if you don't want to karate chop your pillow, do not put a crappy, think, oh, I need a firmer insert. Just get a bigger down-filled one and make your pillowcase a little bit tighter. Or stuff a 26-inch insert into a 22-inch pillow. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any other questions? I mean, yeah. You haven't seen it? My mom has been karate chopping pillows since 1992 at my house. So I'm like, it's new here? My mom is British, so she's a trendsetter probably. She knows what's going on. They always get everything first and do it all first. So the karate chop is a style thing. I just think it's pretty. I like it from a design perspective, like I said on my bedroom picture, because it works. Usually things in your home are pretty clean lines. Your couch is a square line, coffee table is a square, kitchen table is a corner of a square, your windows are square. Like there's a lot of squares going on. And so I appreciate an angle. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of softens it up with still being cute. I think that's a good question. That had me on my toes. I'm like, because it's pretty, that's all I can really think of. You too are. I love you. You're gonna make this class go. Okay, what's your next one? Yeah. Yes. I forgot. I brought these chairs up. Thank you for reminding me. You have like a chair and a half. Like a leather chair. This is my feelings about chairs. Do I have any pictures? I think in my family room there's pictures of my chairs. Oh, and I do love, look what she did in her master. This is Mallory's master bedroom. We'll show this and then I'm going to answer your question.
I didn't know you were showing all my pictures.
Look how good she layered. This is that Caitlin Wilson floral. And she broke the rules here, but in a good way.
I'm the worst.
No, you do a really good job for real. Because she has those gold mirrors on her walls in her room, that gold cheetah print works really well with that dusty Caitlin Wilson pillow. And it's almost like I can't tell you why, it just does. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the hard part for me, is when I started taking myself seriously as a decorator, and people would ask me really intelligent questions. I'm like, I don't know, because it does. It's something I just sort of know. Do you know what I mean? I just feel it, I can see it, and I know it doesn't look bad. But I'm assuming it's because of the gold mirror she had hanging on her wall. No, it's that same room, but my high back chair. Do I have it? Oh yeah, here we go. We'll go with that. That works. These are just little wicker chairs. If you have a big chair and a half, I like to go with a lumbar pillow. If you're wanting to keep it simple, I just go for that pillow that sits just here. Do you know what I'm talking about? So if my chair is this big and it just fits right in here, you get a lumbar pillow.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Yes. And on this chair I just didn't have a lumbar pillow. It was really busy on my bay window. I was so happy about that bay window because I thought of all the pillows I could put on it, and there they are. There's actually less pillows on there now, but that chair has less of a big seat. So if your seat isn't as large that your buttons are going to sit in, you can just go for an 18 by 18 pillow. Does that make sense? Just one. And I kind of usually keep my chairs to just one. I think I put my parents' house on there with the gray. I don't know if I took that angle. She had a really big oversized chair. It wasn't leather, but it was really big. And we just did one lumbar. And we got it at Target. It happened to be one of the Target ones that had down inserts, and so we just sat it across the seat. That way they can sit there and leave it on, or they can throw it onto the ground. I don't know what all I put on there, you guys. It might not be on there, Sav. I might have just took a picture of her couch.
Yeah, there's this.
Oh yeah, you have a question?
Best place to buy throw pillows. I can never find any cute grain sack ones except on Etsy.
Okay, so she said best place to buy throw pillows, which I still think if I was gonna rate my favorite places to buy throw pillows, it would be Home Goods, At Home. Have you guys ever been to the At Home store? Their inserts are an abomination, but their pillows are beautiful. So just change out your inserts if you go to the At Home store. And then it would be Target, because Target's so convenient. It's like, I'm gonna get milk and I'm gonna get a lumbar pillow. It's like so convenient. So Target's my next favorite. And then what was the other part of your question?
The grain sack.
Oh, the grain sack is so hard. I've had a really hard time with grain sack finding a knockoff. You know what grain sack is? Where it's like that linen look, and it has like the maybe like a blue or a red kind of like striping through. It's kind of that. Do you guys follow Liz Marie blog on Instagram? Do you follow her? You should. She's really good. But she has a lot of grain sack like cottage feeling pillows. IKEA has one that is a cover, and it's linen looking, and then it has a little bit of a light colored stripe on the inside, and it ties, and it has a grain sack look to it. But it's not grain sack. Those you're probably gonna have to buy off of Etsy. I know a girl local named Shop Woven on Instagram, and she sells pillows like that. She also sells mud cloth pillows. Because some things you can't knock off, and that's why I like to mix that high and low. If you wanna buy yourself, or it's Christmas, you want your mom to buy you the $75 pillow, and you just make you feel better, you can do that. You're so smart. Okay, she says, well, she's so smart, this is how I think. The grain sack tea towels, and you can sew them together. You kind of have to know someone who sews, or at least be able to sew a square. The way that I like my pillows to be on the back side, these are ones that my mom made when I was selling pillows. It's like, just hustle. Sell anything you can. Sell it all. We did this envelope back. So it was sewn so that it goes over, it stays, but it still kind of moves. That's how I sew my pillows. But if you are not, I don't know how to do this. Only my mom does. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I haven't. I don't want to. So I will just sew my pillow. I don't even know if I have any like that. I will sew my pillow together. So if you're making your own pillow and you just want to go to IKEA and get grain sack, just sew closed. You stuff your pillow in, you leave about this much. This is not a sewing class, it's down the hall. But this is my tip. You leave about this much, and then you just manipulate that pillow until it gets in there. You put your hand in there, you get those corners tight, shove that pillow in the corners, and then you sew it closed. And then you sit it on top of the sew line, so you never see it. So it may not be the most like amazing pillow you've ever had that's well sewn, but it gives you a grain sack look without having to go buy it somewhere crazy. So that's my tip on sewing your own pillows. Yeah. You just cry. You just cry. She said if you buy a pillow and there's no zipper to like take the insert out, what are you supposed to do? I've actually had that problem. I was hoping no one would ask me that. Just kidding. I'm so glad you did. You sometimes have to seam rip it. You could seam rip it. It just depends if it's important to you. If it's a $20 pillow and you just are like, it's beautiful and I want it, just know, I did this with an at-home pillow. It was a faux fur that was, I don't have it because it didn't last. It was a faux fur that was more like kind of scrunchy and furry, and it was so cute. It was $20. But the backside, it lasted me for about, I would say probably like 6 months, until it just started lumping together on the other side. And then I just got rid of it. And I was like, oh well, it was cute while it lasted, and I have the attention span of like a baby deer, and so I just was moving on to the next pillow anyways, so I was over it.
H&M has amazing pillows that are really cheap.
That's a great point. Savannah introduced me to this before too. H&M has really great pillow covers. They just sell the covers a lot of the time. So they'll sell really cute pillow covers for really inexpensive. They don't have large ones. This size will be your hardest to find. It will be your hardest pillow to find because people aren't with it yet. Like they don't get it. That you need this on your couch. So a lot of times at Home Goods, this size pillow is only in the back section by the bedding because they think it should only go on your bed. And they also aren't foam. They're like a foam kind of insert. And if you want to buy the pillow, let it break down, and then put a down feather insert in it a few months later, I won't get mad. But just know it will not hold up, and I told you so when it starts to fall apart, okay? Okay, yes. Okay, I don't know if this is real down. Let's look at the picture, shall we? Let's do it. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my
So
God.
embarrassed. I am so...
You should be embarrassed. You should. That's an embarrassment.
You guys, I literally this is so good. Look at that thing, IKEA. What is happening? This is 19 languages explaining what? Let's read what this says. This article meets the flammability requirements of California Bureau of Electrical Appliance Repair Home Furnishings. Like, why do I need to know that? Care should be exercised near open flame or a burning cigarette. So please do not smoke or light fires while you're sitting on this particular pillow, okay? We're gonna take it out. I cannot believe I have a towel on it. That is amazing. I didn't even know. These ones I don't lay on. They just go on my bed and then into a basket in the back of my bed and then into a basket. Here we go. That is feathers, isn't it? And you're allergic to that? Right. Your husband is? You should just get a new husband. Listen, I think there's 3 more. This pillow is called Fajar. That's literally it. That's what it's called. It's like out of control. Cut these off. What do? I know places have them. You're just going to pay more for it. You're going to have to go look at Mason sales. You're going to have to. We have synthetic down all over town, so you just go ask.
There's faux down ones on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I should have really looked at her when she was raising her hand. I was like, now, you have to pee, you're pregnant, what's going on? You can go. You can go pee if you need to. They have faux down ones on Amazon. I knew that. I can find them and I'll put a link on my website for you too, okay? So anyways, this is what this looks like on the inside, and okay, how do you get your pillow to be fluffy? Beat the crap out of it. You just get it out of that roll. They're rolled so tight, you've seen that, right? They're literally come rolled like a Tootsie Pop, and you just have to beat them up. Oh, she's so smart. Can you whisper? Text me this answer next time, Maddie, so I look smart, okay? Put them in the dryer. I'm just kidding. You put them in the dryer, then they fluff up. That's such a good idea. Save you, but I just do it as my pre-workout. When I just box my pillow like this, and then it gets fluffy, or put them in the dryer. That's such a good idea. And that's when they get fluffy. Because I'm always like, this is never gonna get fluffy enough, but it really does. So even without the insert kind of holding it tight, it's still a really good, full pillow, right? Right. Okay, any more questions? I keep thinking he has a question because he's adjusting the camera. I love him. Okay. I probably call it graphic. It's almost in that sense, I should have brought pillows with words, because it's cursive, and it does have movement to it, but I would still call it graphic, because you could do a really big you could still mix that though, almost like as the neutral pillow. You could have, did you hear that? I did read it. What do you do with pillows with sayings on it? Like, would that be considered graphic, movement? It's kind of its own category. They can mix really well. This style doesn't lend itself to that, but if I had, let's say I put these together. Let's say I had my cheetah, which is going to be my graphic in this particular case. My floral, which is going to be my movement. I could still have a letter pillow. Not if the letters are written all over it, because then that's more of a pattern. If it's just hello, welcome, have a good day, fall, you know what I mean? You know. Then it can go right here and that'll be so cute. And make sure like whatever its font color is, if it's black, maybe you have a little bit of that similar color into one of your other pillows. I don't actually love those two together. They don't really look good together. They're not cute. These two look good together. Right? That looks better. So that's a great question. Any more questions? Okay. If it's a texture, she said, is texture considered a pattern or more of a neutral? If you have that kind where it's like black and cream and white all mixed in, I would consider that to look more like a pattern. Do you know what I'm talking about? I have a picture of that too, but I can't remember. But if it's just like this one, and it's a texture, but it's all the same color, kind of is a neutral. It can go, it's not bad with this, like it looks great with all of those things. It would even be fine if it was the right color family, if this was black or more of a gold with a bold pattern. That's a good question. But you know when they mix the black and whites together, then that starts to look more like a pattern to me, and you have to be careful what you're pairing it with. If it's woven loosely and it looks like a large scale pattern, then you can still pair it with a small scale pattern. You'll just kind of have to play that by ear. You, the blonde right here first, and then my friend in the glasses. Yes? No, you don't have to. Her question was, if you have a pattern on your rug or your couch or your drapes even, I'm going to expand for you, can you use pattern on your pillows? Yes. This pattern rule applies to your whole home. When I was in design school, there used to be something called the rule of threes, and it's so outdated now, but we had these books we would look through, and it used to say that you had to have a pattern used 3 times in your house. So if your drapes were this, then this needed to be on your couch and it needed to be on your chair. And you had to use it 3 different ways throughout your house. That's not the case. Now we mix the patterns, but the same theory kind of applies. If you have a large scale pattern on your rug, you can still get away with some small scale patterns on a big pillow, and then if I was gonna still do a large scale pattern, I'd put it on a smaller pillow so they don't compete with each other. In each room you come into in your home, there should be something that is the initial eye catcher. So whether you want it to be your rug, if your rug is this like amazing Indian or Persian or traditional like patterned rug, and that's what you want everyone to notice and to think is beautiful because you spent your most money on it, you love it so much, then everything else in the room is going to work to flatter your rug. Does that make sense? If you want everyone to notice your pillows and your rug is just a neutral thing that you found on sale and it was functional, then we're going to add all the pattern and visual interest up onto your couch. If your couch is a pattern, because I love pattern couches. When I was growing up, we had this palm frond like black couch, like these like mauve and green like big things happening on it. I love that couch. And if you want that to be your focal feature, then you just keep your pillows really simple. Pick a color that's in your couch, if there's a little bit of a pink in it, or if there's a little bit of a red in it, or a green. And then just place a smaller size pillow. Almost your couch will act like your large scale pillow, because it'll be a movement pattern or a geometric pattern. That should act sort of as your bigger pillow. Then go with like a smaller scale something on it, and probably keep it mostly neutral, unless you're really confident you can mix that pattern with that. Buffalo checks are great for that, because they still give you dimension and pattern, but they're really square and minimal. So you could do that on your couch if it's floral. Is that a good answer? Do you feel like that was fine? Okay, you friend with the glasses. I love her. Yeah. No. Can you find, oh she left. Do you mind finding me that picture of the couch? She asked, can you add blankets and throws to your couch with your pillows? Yes, that one. She has, can you see it in there? Yeah, there's a blanket on her leather couch back there. So you absolutely can, it's one of my favorite things to do. I just love it. My kids have started pulling the blanket off and then every single pillow comes off, so I've gone away from it in the last few years. But it's so pretty. You absolutely can do that. You can put the throw on your thing, keep it neutral. Keep your throw really neutral and more textural in my opinion. Get a furry throw, because the throw is something you want to snuggle with when you watch. You can, she said, do you want to match your couch? You really can. Keep it pretty close to the color of your couch. This one on that picture is just a faux fur that kind of matches her other couch. It's kind of bringing like the different textures around the room. But yeah, keep it pretty close to your couch. Keep it textural. Keep your pattern, because it's a waste to put a pattern in a throw in my opinion, because who knows if it will stay there. The pillows will more so stay there. So keep it neutral. I love a faux fur throw. I love like a woven big chunky knit blanket, like those can get thrown underneath your pillows. That just takes your, you can do it on the top. I say throw it. I'm gonna make you change it, because over the top, she said you can put it like over the top of your couch. It always looks like to me like, are you hiding a stain? You know what I mean, where you're like, why don't you put this blanket over this? It does, it reminds you of your grandma's couch, because they used to do that, and they put those doilies. They put like a doily. I learned what that was for. Do you know why they did that? Where did I learn this year? I learned that they put those doilies on the arms and the back of your chair to keep your sweaty grease head from ruining your chair. They were called something. I'm like, My husband has to shower before he sits on my couch. That's not happening. That's very inappropriate. So it's like so greasy that they put those little doilies and you can take them off and wash them. I mean, it's kind of intelligent. It's just a little bit gross too. What do you say? That's true. We can just cover it in plastic like we're in New Jersey and we're just living our best lives and just great every time he's on that couch. Scotch guard your pillows. If you have small kids and you want neutral pillows, Scotch guard them. They wipe up so easy.
Does this all still apply to leather couches?
Yes, leather couches are the same. Leather is just any other fabric in the sense of placing pillows on top of it. You just keep it, your leather is neutral. If it's brown, if it's dark brown, if it's black, if it's cream, whatever your leather is, you still just have your way with pillows. And even more so on leather, because that one couch I was showing you was leather. And we went with more of like a textural layering. Like she didn't have florals, she didn't want florals. We just did a lot of different woven textures, but we stuck with the same idea. So hers were more geometric on geometric on geometric kind of looking, but they were large scale geometric, small scale geometric, and then some neutrals in for faux furs. So that's what we did. That's my client's house next to me. Any more questions? Do you have a question? Well, you do. You have a question. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about me. Do you change it up for holidays? That's where a leather pillow comes in really great. I have the hardest time with holidays. Like, I change my decor all the time, so you would think I would want to change it for holidays. But usually, like right before a holiday, I've just like landed on something that I love so much, and I don't want to change it. I'm like, no, I will not put a deer pillow out because I really want to keep this flower here. So I have those and I change them out, and that's where you can kind of take this front one if you don't want to get rid of all of them. Get something that says fall, Mary, Molly, Mo, whatever. I made them at Relief Society. I'll make them at Relief Society all the time. And you can just have those in the front of your thing. So change out one. If you want to change out your whole color scheme and you want to go from neutrals to like oranges and browns for fall, go for it. Just do whatever makes you happy. It's your house. It's supposed to make you happy.
5 minutes.
Yeah, oh, 5 minutes. Thank you. Hi, thank you for asking good questions. Okay. Yes, that's a great question. What if you have a masculine bedroom? Also, get rid of your husband. I have so many clients that say that to me. They're like, how did your husband let you have so many flowers? This is Savannah's husband. Should I tell him what this is? It's my doll. I am so bloated. This is going to help. Come to my 2-week pump class, I'm going to look 20 pounds lighter. And you know what this is? It's a safety Jade. It's named after me from the soda shop. Kyle, he loves me. Okay, so that was the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's literally my fault, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, masculine. Keep me on track. I'm out of control. If you have a masculine bedroom, use texture. Anything from like men's tweed feeling pillows to a looser texture, like this is the only textural pillow I brought, so I keep showing it. Oh, hold on. That's my second soda just fell. Got it. Got it. Not a Sadie Jane, which is a regular Diet Dr. Pepper from McDonald's. Just use texture. Texture on texture on texture. If you can find any pattern that he likes, whether it's like a buffalo check, or something more square and masculine, you can add it that way and soften it. You can soften a masculine space with lighter colors. If you were wanting to make it less masculine, if you want to keep it masculine, use menswear, tweeds, rough textured, anything that like a man would wear, you can also put in your pillows. Does that make sense, kind of? Because it's like your clothes. This is how it goes. Okay, we're done. Oh, do you have another question? Yeah, go. Oh, this is a great question. Is there a problem with mixing like the sheen of your fabric? Like a velvet and a shine and a matte and all those different kinds of things? No, there's not a problem with it. You'll just do kind of the same. I'm not a super shiny person, but then again, this one that's just ill-fitting has a sheen to it. Do you see that? So it has a sheen and then it kind of has like a velvety look going through it to create the pattern. You can absolutely put that with like this. Just make sure that you're not having like a bedazzled pillow with something that's like a little more country and rustic. So that's where you're worried more about the style than you are even the scale or the pattern. You just want to make sure they make sense together. Like this particular arrangement would look amazing with some like bejeweled, because it kind of goes with this bold, graphic look. Do you understand that? Okay, it makes all the sense. All right, 4,000 times, that's what I'm gonna end on. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Okay, great. I love you guys. This was really fun. I was nervous. Like, can I talk about for an hour. I can. I learned. I can. Thank you for coming. And then stay here. Is it right now?
Yeah.
Stay here because they're going to teach accent walls. This is so cool. They're teaching how to do all their accent walls. Buffalo check, this brushstroke wall, a Sharpie wall. Out of a Sharpie, they make a geometric pattern that will like blow your mind. Stay tuned for that and then come back here at 2 o'clock and we'll show you how to wallpaper if you're interested. That's a whole nother bag of things to